Hi guys, so this is our first video of the week. It is on expanding expressions. So what does it mean to expand an expression? It actually means to make bigger using distribution. But what is distribution? Distribution is when you multiply one term to a set of terms inside parentheses. All right, so let's look at this example here. Think about this. If I'm giving ice cream to the class and I only gave it to this guy, would that be fair? No. So in order for it to be fair, I need to distribute to everyone inside my class to keep things consistent, to keep it fair. All right, so think of the parentheses as our little class, and we need to make sure we're distributing it to everyone. So it seems weird. We learned how to simplify last week, so why are we making it bigger? So we have to, before we can simplify, expand using distribution. And then we start the simplification process. To simplify first, we need to multiply. And then we need to identify like terms and sort them into groups. That's what we did last week. Then we'll combine and write our simplified answer. All right, so this is just what we did last week. And the new is steps 1 and 2. This is the new part. All right, so let's take a look at what we mean. So let's start with level 1. So I take my outside term and I'm going to put it to the term inside the parentheses. Okay, so we write that like this. Outside term with new parentheses with this first term. And I don't do it just for the first one. I need to be fair, so I need to do it to both. So I take, again, my outside term with my inside term. All right, let's just practice the distribution part, and then we'll get to step 2 in a minute. So let's take a look at number 2. I take my outside and I put it with my inside. I do it again. My outside, I put it with my inside. And I need to do it for a third term here because I have a third term in my parentheses. And I need to be fair, so it needs to be for everyone. All right, let's take a look at level 2, number 3. When I look at level 3, I noticed, level 2, number 3, I noticed that my parentheses only have these 2 numbers. And outside the parentheses, I have that 7x. So that means when I distribute, I'm only going to distribute to inside my parentheses. I don't distribute what's outside. That's Lexi. She heard something outside and got scared. Sorry about that. So I just bring that down, okay? I only distribute, again, what is inside the parentheses. So let's do that one more time. I take what's on the outside, and I'm going to put it with every term on the inside. Do I distribute to the -8? No, because it is on the outside, but I do have to remember to bring it down. All right, so that was step number 1. That's our expanding using distribution. Now I need to do step 2, which is simplify. We learned that parentheses mean multiplication. So now I'm just going to simplify using multiplication. So how we do that is we just multiply the numbers and bring down an x if there is a variable. Again, I multiply the numbers, there's no x, and that's it. All right, so let's go through and do that for all of them. All right, and again, I didn't do anything with this, but I'm still going to bring it down. So when I have a negative x, I have to put that -1 so I remember. So that turns into a -4. And 4 times 3 is 12. So again, I'm just multiplying, and if it has a variable, I bring down the variable. If it doesn't have a variable, it's just regular multiplication. If I didn't do anything to it, like this -8, I just still bring it down. All right, so that was step number 2. Step number 3 is identify like terms and sort into groups. So I look at this example. Let me get a different color. All right, are there any like terms? Nope, they're not, so that's my simplified answer. Let's look at 2. I see 2 like terms. I see my x group. So I have -4x and +12x, and then I have my number group. That's 28. So I can simplify these. -4 plus 12 gets me 8x, and 28 just stays as 28. I need to write my simplified answer, 8x plus 28. All right, one more time. I see an x group. So I have -9x and +7x. And then I have a number group, which is just -6. These two can combine. When I combine, I get -2x. And the 6 stays because there's nothing to combine with. So my simplified answer is -2x plus 6. Last one. I have to simplify again. I have an x group and a number group. So in my x group, I have 30x minus 18x. And then in my number group, I have +42 and -8. So when I simplify that, I get 12x and 34. Put those together to make my simplified answer. All right, as always, if you have any questions, write them at the end of the video.